Cars out on track for practice for tonight's escape pool cleaning night from Millbridge Speedway here in Salisbury, North Carolina. Almost halfway through the D&Q Karting Series season, we are excited to run race number 4 here tonight. SKE kart owner Kyle Beatty back in action tonight in the Cup Series, looking for a good run. Mark Ellis looking to regain the Cup Series points lead. And Ben Murphy in that Danos machine hoping for a good run tonight for his owner Beef Tips. Let's go down and talk to Ryan.
It's escape pool night here for the D&Q Series at Millbridge with Ryan Vargas. And Ryan, it's another kart night at Millbridge. I know you love this kind of racing in particular, just the ability to get back to everything grassroots. So how excited are you for tonight's festivities?
Man, I'm excited. I'm a little skeptical, I guess you could say. This kart, I bought it for the dirt cheap, and thankfully I've had a lot of amazing partners who both sponsor me on my Xfinity and truck endeavors. KSDT, Williamsburg Contracting, Pit Pass Network, just really cool. It's fun. It's a lot of chaos, it's a lot of craziness, but it's fun. You can't beat this in the middle of the week.
I think it's incredibly impressive that you've been able to get your partners to support you across the board and everything, whether or not it's the Xfinity Series or even here in the D&Q Series. So what's the story behind how you got Williamsburg involved with the kart in Millbridge?
Well, we were planning out our upcoming Richmond, weekend, because I'm running the number 30 On Point Motorsports truck with Williamsburg Contracting on it, and we were talking about the go-kart, and he was like, well, what do I need to do to get on that? And I was like, look, if you want to give me this amount, we'll make it happen. And he was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I want to have fun with this. I mean, that's how all my sponsors have been. They all just want to have as much fun as they can. So we're giving them all the treatment today. The car looks actually really good. It actually looks like I'm trying. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Hopefully, I'm just here to hopefully get a good finish.
Seems like the word fun is sort of your buzzword here. What makes this kind of racing and running a dirt kart here fun compared to all of the other forms of motorsport you partake in?
I mean, it's just, while you do take it a little serious, at the same time, you let loose. You go out here, say if you have a good day, cool, it's fun. But if you go out there and have a bad day, nobody cares. We're all just here to have fun and just rough each other up and see how we do at the end of the night. So it's been fun. We'll see how the night goes. Hopefully this body looks at least as close to as pretty as it does. Brand new body on it, so I'm hoping to keep it a little clean.
Hoping to have a lot of fun tonight is Ryan Vargas.
Last week we had some rough driving with Alex LaCanada and Damian Jenks, and that caused a large accident with Coney DeMarmos being a part of that. This is what Alex had to say after that race.
You bring your friends to the racetrack. You don't come to the racetrack to make friends. So, in all honesty, I don't think I did anything wrong out there. Just like anybody else did, you're racing a Predator motor that has no horsepower, and you don't have to lift, and nobody else is lifting either. So, I think they just get their feelings hurt that they're getting passed week in, week out.
Let's welcome in Jay-Z. And Jay-Z, let's talk about Alex LaCanada, who got in that contact the last race. 2022 National Championship, but this year he's kind of not found a step yet in his racing.
Yeah, it's hard. His equipment still looks good. The budget's still there. He seems like he's still the same driver he was last season. I wonder if he's got a bit of the Chase Elliott disease where the past champion gets a hot new girlfriend and all of a sudden they find themselves back in the middle of the field here. He's had a couple decent finishes there. You see some top fives, but man, he has been struggling lately. Hopefully he can get single and figure it out.
Well, we know that he's out there chasing it for sure. Let's go down and talk to the guy he got into last race, Damian Jenks, who is down with James Pike.
So Damian, a lot of tough racing last time out here. A few run-ins with Alex LaCanada. Just talk about what that was and what did you see, what did you feel from your perspective in the feature?
I guess for me, it's just lost my cool a little bit. It seems to be a weekly thing, kind of in our class. People just drive to the bottom and then hope someone's there to catch them. I try to race everyone as clean as I can out there, but it becomes more and more of a struggle each week to kind of keep your cool and continue to race clean. But we'll put that behind us and get back to doing our own thing and hopefully don't have any more run-ins.
When we talked to Alex last month rather, he said that he was here to go out and try and win trophies. The racing here wasn't necessarily about making friends, wasn't necessarily worried about any sort of retaliation. How do you plan to sort of keep things in mind and progress forward with it all?
I mean, best thing I can do is just race my own race and then try to finish as best I can. Still trying to get a win out here, so if I could do that, I think that'd be my best revenge.
Easy words from Damian here before we go at Escape Pool Night here for the DNQ Series.
Well, Jay-Z, gearing is a big thing here in these Predator engines, and especially the D&Q karting series. So let's head down to the tech garage and check out a gear change so we can tell those folks at home exactly what these guys are doing.
This is a great way to find some speed out there on the racetrack, especially when your horsepower limited, like these Predator engines are, like 6.5 horsepower. You're going down the straightaway. You want to check that tach for where it's going to top out at the end, right? You don't want to hit that rev limiter too quick, but you don't want to leave any R's on the table. So what you'll do is you'll work on a ratio, right? You'll take the size of the back gear that you see moving here, divide it by the front driver, and if you need to get more pull off the corner, you'll put a bigger gear on the back. You can change the front driver if you want the RPMs to accelerate quicker, right? If you want to get to that top end a little bit faster, not just get more pull. If you want that momentum, you'll go big sprocket up front, big sprocket in the back, and that's just some of the adjustments you can make here in your go-kart routine.
Garen Mash had plenty of speed last time out of the DNQ Series Hill Bridge, but Garen
didn't exactly have the same sort of luck at the tech shed last time out. So what's the game plan? Did you tweak anything major given how much speed that you had last time to try and go back to victory lane tonight?
Yeah, I was at a disadvantage last week and they DQ'd me. I had gas in it from November, so when we didn't race, we were supposed to, but that's not a big deal. These guys have treated me so well, and the team gave me hell for it. But other than that, it was a great week. It was a great learning experience. Fourth ever race in one of these, so I took the car apart myself. Me and my dad put it back together. That was kind of new, learning everything about it. I feel like as a driver, if you know about what you're driving, it'll help you out a little bit. So. We're hoping to go out there and get a good qualifier again and see that number 12 on that number 1 position and try to run away with it. Last week we got a little finicky, but it was such clean and fun racing up front. I've never seen it like that before, and the tower said they've never seen it like that before. Usually they're aggressive hitting each other, so good to be back out here. We got this, and then we got some late models to run and see what we can do. Got some new sponsors coming aboard, so I want to thank all of them, Ben Monette Chevrolet, Cheerwine, and K1 Race Gear. Appreciate all those guys for being out here and see what we can do tonight. Hopefully put in victory lane tonight, get another interview.
I know you spent a lot of time with that teardown. When you were breaking this thing down with your dad, what's the one thing that you learned about your kart in that process that you didn't know before you started?
Everything, how to put it back together. I kind of took a visual image of how to take it apart and put it back together. So once we got it apart, we looked at everything, and I started learning some things about the engine. And, everything's been set up before this week. So this week's my setup, and we'll see how it goes. I got these guys still here to help me with the E33 team and the Mr. E team. So hopefully we can get it in victory lane and give them guys a reason to celebrate.
trying to take the Mr. E machine to victory lane tonight at Millbridge is Garen Mash.
Well, JC, let's take a look at the Nowhere.us series, and these are the guys that are on the cusp of making that national championship round. And if I'm Tyler Deering or Ethan Landers, I'm getting a little nervous.
Yeah, Landers especially. I think he's had a win already this year. He's been doing really well. He's got to be a little bit more consistent, man. He's got to find some more consistent top fives maybe to get him through. Thomas Beck, Markham there, he's right on that cusp as well. He's had some good consistent runs for the most part, except that one, I think it was that one DNF one night. These guys really got to focus, put their heads down, and think about points, not just the win.
Absolutely. There's the race within the race. So now that we take it the Nowhere.us series, the other side of that is the Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup series. This series, not as much competition, but these guys are still battling for that 10th place.
Yeah, there's some big names you see on there, some stalwarts of the series, if you will. Connor, Thies has been with us a long time. Zarapata, Ben Murphy in the Beef Tips ride. These guys all have what it takes to win the Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series and make it to that national championship. They've just got to figure out what to do to win before they get to the racetrack, and so they unload quick and they're not chasing their tail all race long.
Zach Smith in 12th, and Brandon Connard, last year's champion in this series. Two names that need to really work their way in to get in the top 10 in points. Let's go down and talk to one of those drivers who is on the cusp, who is down there with James Pike.
Tyler Rowell ready for Busch Clash. competition here in the DNQ series at Millbridge Speedway. And Tyler, how's the kart feel? What are your expectations coming into the season?
I don't know. We changed quite a bit from the last time that we were here. I mean, I've only done it 3 times, so I've been struggling a little bit. But we made some good changes. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to get out there for practice and qualifying and see what we can get out of it. Maybe make the A main without running the B. That'd be the goal.
So there's your stated goal tonight. Do you feel like there are any major changes that you expect, especially out of the track surface from tonight compared to last month?
I don't know. It should be pretty close to the same. I mean, I don't think we've got any heavy rains out here lately, so I mean, I think it should be pretty close. So we're hoping at least.
How much fun are you having doing this and just being around and running a dirt cart here on a Wednesday night at Race World USA?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's new. It's definitely new. I came from the asphalt world, so and stock cars, so it being dirt and a car is completely different. But it's awesome. It's cheap entertainment, as cheap as you can get in racing, at least.
And I guess maybe the most important question: how did FRS Racing's Colin Fern manage to sneak away into your stall here and end up hanging out with you guys?
He's trying to get tidbits off my car and how to go faster. That's how.
Take it from the dirt cart and put it in the Xfinity car and make it all work in that 96?
Okay. Yeah, he needs a lot of help on the Xfinity side.
All right, well, that's how it goes. Maybe the notes transfer, maybe not. We'll see. But Tyler Lyle's ready for a night of action here at Millbridge.
SRI Pole Award given out to the fastest qualifier, which is Zach Stroop for a 12.469. Nice. He'll be on the pole with Ethan Landers, who we just talked about has a good night.
Yeah, row 2's Anthony Kidwell always strong, and Patrick Roydy.
Car number 3, Tyler Deering and Andrew Hale, another one of those drivers on the bubble.
Nowhere US row 4 is Garen Marsh and Damian Jenks, always a center of attention here in DNQ.
Will Monroe and Michael Reimer will be in the next row.
Next row is Jeremy Murphy in the 55 and newcomer John Zell.
We don't have pictures for the next 2 drivers. Dale Senior's in the next row.
Tristan Bruce and Andrew Page.
Alex Lacanado, who we touched on earlier, and Thomas Markham, 2 drivers in right now.
And then Pete Shepard and Isaiah McLean.
This is starting lineup for tonight's Nowhere.us Busch Series. Let's take a look at the series info here in DNQ. Gotta love our graphics here. 390 stock Predator gear rules per driver weight, traded Hoosiers. And the big one, do not mess with the tires.
They still try to do it, Bob, and I don't know why.
Just like bringing crack to the White House. Here we go. Garen Mash will have the in-car camera for tonight's Nowhere.us Busch Series and the Avenger one-man car stands in-car camera. If you're at the racetrack by yourself, JZ, and you need some help picking your cart up, you don't need that with the Avenger one-man car stand. As we go green, Zach Stroop, past champion of DNQ, will lead the field into 1. Haven't seen him up front very often, but Kidwell wasting no time trying to get to the front. And Tyler Deering Brody is in 4th, doing a great job as well.
Yeah, track looks a little free right now. They're beating and banging as Kidwell's trying to make his name known there.
Kidwell leads the field now, and he's been pretty good throughout the whole year. He's about to lead points here. As Landers doing a great job on the inside there with Tyler Deering in 5th. Patrick Brody in the next row, and there's Damian Jenks, who we talked to earlier, having a good top 6 run as they're getting into each other already. Landers a part of that as well. And JC, you got to race smart here. I mean, he knows he's got to make it to the top 10 in points, and racing like that, it's just touchy.
No, you got to protect your neck here, as Wu-Tang famously said. The Nowhere US Series, we're getting together. Lacanadas, stuck up there on the high side. I think that was him. Caution is out. We got one.
Oh, we've got a bumper laying on the racetrack, and that is a no-no here in DNQ. That's going to be the end of the night for somebody. I believe it's yeah, we'll hit that. I believe Michael Reimer lost that bumper, and he's going to be parked for the rest of the night. Unfortunate for him.
Bummer.
Gotta have it. Safety initiatives here in DNQ as Anthony Kidwell leads Zach Stroop as the green flag is out. In the Busch Series, which we talked about earlier, Alex Lacanado won that national championship last year. He is dead last, had to come in through the B main, so it's been tough for him so far this season. He's been in the B main more than he'd probably like to admit.
Stroop trying to push his way through. They slow each other down, and who's that in the double duct tape there on the bottom? That's right, Landers with the duct tape job. Yeah, doing what he needs to do to get himself into the big show later on in a few weeks here. Hopefully he can keep his nose clean. Even a top 3 finish will do wonders for him. We know Kidwell's fast. As he's still getting beat up by Stroop. And the 24 there catches a real hot fart as we come to another caution, it looks like.
Trouble for Stroop. He is off the pace. He's going to go to the top. He did hit somebody there, and I think it knocked the valve stem out of his wheel. Tough break for him. He was doing so well. Finally got his car up towards the front, and that is going to end his night for him. Tough break as we're watching Linders lead Anthony Kidwell right now, and the caution is out. We got one spun around. Pete Shepard goes for a spin off of 4. Just goes off the nose there at Thomas Markham. Little WTF, bro.
Yeah. I will call out that Escape Pool Cleaning's got a great night of racing here. The track is absolutely perfect. Jeremy and his team have done a great job prepping as we're back to the green flag here. Landers trying to keep his position in P1 as we head through turn 1 and 2. Kidwell fights back on the outside as we head down the back straight.
And I really want to thank Matt Holzbauer, who is a driver that used to race with us here in the D&Q Karting Series, loves to be a part of it, and that is through sponsorship. So we want to thank Escape Pool Cleaning for their sponsorship of this great race night as we're watching Ethan Landers lead the Nowhere.US Series race, and he is looking for his first career win.
Kidwell's not messing around, and who's that? Was it the 98 that just moved to the 3rd place?
Will Monroe has made his way up to the 3rd place as we go on board with Garen Mash with the Avenger one-man kart stand in-kart camera, and he is racing against Tristan Bruce in the 75, and these guys are digging back here in the mid-pack.
Yeah, enjoy this onboard, folks. The one-man kart stands from Avenger are a lifesaver, especially for fat old guys like me that run a master's class for 35 and over dudes. You don't want to be picking up your kart all day, every day at the racetrack. The one-man kart stand really saves your back and makes it so you can get through a whole race weekend without dying, for lack of a better term. As we zoom in here on Landers leading the way, driving out of Kidwell's life. A lot of speed as we come to another caution. We got one driver hung up on the berm on the inside.
Garen Mash having a problem. Had our Avenger in-car camera for tonight. Tough break for him. He has got an issue. Bubba Long says, get that POS off the racetrack. It's time to go. You got to love the corner workers. Here we are. All right, let's take a look at this restart here. Ethan Landers in control of this restart as we go green. And, man, this series is so healthy here. It is unreal the amount of competition here in the Nowhere.US Busch Series, and it's a very big testament. And a lot of people I see come in think they're going to run good, and they just get handed as we're watching Kidwell battle for the lead against Landers.
Yeah, I mean, you got people like Landers that are newcomers who got 2 hung up.
Thomas Markham and Alex LaCanada not having a good night as they're hung up. We'll go to single file restarts here until our 5 to go caution. That's sponsored by Nitro Lightweight Gears. If you need some lightweight gears, go check out Nitro Manufacturing. They are the best in the business. With the lightweight gearing, as we're watching Landers, Patrick Broidy having the best night, having a career night for him as well here tonight. In the 3rd position as he is stalking down the 2, battling for the lead. Kidwell tries to slide. Landers can't quite do it.
No, they're side by side heading into 3. I'm watching Broidy use that berm on the bottom to touch that left front, help that go-kart turn a little bit more. Seems like it's working, but the Landers here trying to fight Kidwell. Kidwell being a bit of a gentleman, giving him tons of room on the outside where maybe a lesser man would have just shut the door on him and made Landers check up. But this is a great race for the front folks. Kids, take notes if you're in the junior class. This is how you got to do it at home.
Finally makes the pass there as he is going to go to the lead. And now Landers back to the inside of that bumper. We have just one heck of a battle here going on tonight.
Heck yeah, we got Kidwell back to the bottom, the middle of 3 and 4. Makes a cut to the bottom, pushes up, leaves a little bit of room for Landers. Great race. Kidwell leads him going down into 2 as we catch some lap traffic. He's going to throw a haymaker in there. Landers gets back by again. Folks, get out of your seat. This is some great racing.
Kidwell had to check up for the lap car of Garen Mash as he is now getting yarded by Landers. This is an amazing race here these Hoosier tires put on, and there it is. The Nitro Gears. 5 to go caution. And, man, I'm excited here. Nitro's come on board here to sponsor the 5 to go, and we're going to see what happens here in the last couple laps. Can Landers close it out and finally get in the top 10 in points? We are green here for the Busch Series final 5 to go.
Broidy chose the high side of the choose cone. Kidwell leaves a little bit of room. Broidy on the outside. Kidwell into the left rear. Landers backs off just a little bit. Broidy's still on the outside as we come to 4 to go.
4 laps to go. Broidy is now challenging for the second position on Anthony Kidwell, and that is just going to let Landers stretch his legs. He's trying to get into the top 10 in points, and we've got a big wreck on the front stretch. Damian Jenks around, Thomas Markham around. We stay green. Absolutely, we stay green. Oh, there it is. The caution is out. Let's take a look at it again. The 71 gets into the back of Damian Jenks, and that's going to bring out the caution.
Yeah, the 71 on the inside was just where they shouldn't have been. Got their left front on the berm, set him up the racetrack, and poor Jenks can't get out of the whole field's way and just gets T-boned on the exit of 4.
Just like an innocent bystander in Chicago. He's part of just some domestic violence right there. Single file restart here with a couple laps to go. Can Landers close it out on the tough Anthony Kidwell? With Broidy trying to get his first win, he'll be tough for sure.
Yeah, Broidy's hungry. He's very calm, driving very well. Trying to get underneath Kidwell, can't do it. Kidwell slams the door. Broidy opens up 1 or 2 kart lengths on Kidwell. We head through 1 and 2. It's a great fight for the lead as Broidy slips up and drops back 4 or 5 kart lengths. 2 laps to go for Landers to try to get a win. It would be his first in competition as the white flag is out. Anthony Kidwell going to see if he'll shove it in here, Jay-Z, into 3 and 4. They would take the Hunter Biden white bag, white flag. Landers cuts the pretty corner on the bottom, drives out of Kidwell. New first time winner Ethan Landers is down in victory.
Landers, the winner down here on the Brandon Connor number 22 machine. Man, you was getting bumped all over the place, throwing sliders, throwing haymakers, everything. But I think that single file start kind of helped you out there.
Yeah, the bumps were helping me on the restarts. I was taking full advantage of them, so that was helpful. The crossover on, I think it was the second to last restart, was pretty sweet. I felt like I'm learning my racecraft a little bit and was able to pass back for the lead. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that because I've never raced up there with those guys before.
No concussion, even wearing the Alex Bowman shirt, so tonight's a win.
I mean, somebody's got to turn the luck around for the Alex Bowman shirt. Might as well be me.
How about it? You're surely not a hack, that's for sure. Who would you like to think helped you get here, buddy?
Carson Ferguson, this is his cart. He helped me prep it. I mean...
You say you're prepping tires?
Not prepping tires. Don't have to worry about that. Brandon Connard, he's kind of the brains behind adjusting throughout the night because I don't really know what I'm doing. I just drive the thing.
Another tire guy, you're surely prepping.
Yeah. So Zach Smith also.
Another tire guy.
Oh, you say so. He's been helping a lot throughout the week when I can't get down there to work on the go-kart. So big thanks to those guys, and God is good. This is so much fun.
How about it? God is good all the time, and all the time, Landers wins the Busch. Ethan Landers, winner here in the D&Q Busch Series. Well, Kidwell, you bumped him a bunch of times, but not hard enough.
Yeah, apparently not. No, he drove a good race. He earned it. We gave it everything we had, and we just couldn't get around him this night.
So we're painting the front of that thing chrome, and the chrome horn comes out next race.
Possibly. It's black, but yeah, it might come out.
Well, that's why you can't use the chrome horn when it's black. Who would you like to think helped get here, buddy?
The whole Kidwell family, KPG, John Kinder, Pops. It's just a team effort, week in, week out. Win or lose, everybody's still there. So just you can't fail with a team like that.
You can't fail, but you surely can't win running second. So Kidwell, second place finish. Third place finisher, Bridie here. Yeah, the lead was fun, but y'all was 3 wide there for third for a long time.
Yeah, I was just trying to do the best I could. My third time out here, third race really ever, so I was just trying to do the best I could and keep up with the fast guys.
3 for Dale, third place finish, third race out here. Where are you going to finish, fourth next time in your fourth race, or are we changing that luck?
No, I think I'm going to try to move forward from here. Try to make it a little better.
So not next race. Next race is second. So two races from now, we'll expect to see a winner in this machine.
We'll try.
All right, there it is. Third place finisher. We'll see him win in about 2 weeks.
Carolina Racing Supplies Dash Series. Pole award goes to Jonathan Stewart with a 12.512. He will share the front row with Charlie Furman.
Second row for Carolina Racing Supply Dash is Casey Heschel and Anna Welch, the bad kitty.
Zach Capolonia and Ryan Ayers in the next row.
Row 4 is Blaine Donahue and Mike Melton, a past champion.
Brian Shaw, your man, and Joe Henning in the next row.
Next row is Matt Murphy in the 87 and Casey Mayer in the 935.
Ryan Vargas and Peyton Sinfer in the next row.
Josh Courtney and Cole Gudmestad.
Yeah,
the old Russian missile.
They paid, for some reason, the Gudmestads, they paid in Japanese yen when they got to the racetrack today. I don't know what that's about. Ivan and Cole, both of them. So, need to check them for a wire while they're in Millbridge. Here's the information. These guys run the small tires all the way around the in-car camera Avenger one-man car stand of Brian Shaw. And we have an in-car camera for Casey Heschel as well. As we go green, Jonathan Stewart leads the field with Charlie Furman on the outside.
Stewart's had some speed here this season. He's been up front more often than not. We'll see what kind of date Lady Luck wants to be for him tonight. As it's 3 wide coming off of 4. Casey Heschel fighting for his life there, trying to hold on to that spot. I think he loses one on the outside there to the 5 machine.
Gotta love Casey Heschel being a part of this. He works at Junior Motorsports. He is a carpet walker at JRM, helps do some of the social media and PR stuff, but running really good here. And that's what I love about D&Q, is all these people come from different walks of racing, and it is so cool to let them come out here and actually get to drive. As we're on board with Casey Heschel as he is watching a battle with Charlie Furman and Zach Campolonia.
Yeah, D&Q doesn't need a diversity program. We just automatically get everyone from every end of the socioeconomic spectrum. All races and creeds want to come here and crown themselves as the best of the best and try to win a D&Q race. Speaking of which, Jonathan Stewart's putting on a clinic right now, showing the best speed he's had all year as the rest of the field's fighting for second place.
Jonathan Stewart, he works at Halmar Racing. He works for Stuart Friesen on that 52 truck team, and there's so many stories like that. I mean, Ryan Ayers runs Dirt Modifieds. Jen Welsh, her family, they work with SKE, and Adam Welsh is her husband. Just so many stories. Charlie Furman's at Nice Motorsports as we go on board with Brian Shaw, and we watch the action on the left side by side here, watching some great racing.
Yeah, Brian Shaw's watching us all unfold off of his notes, hoping he can find some more speed in 2021 and 2022. Big Brian Shaw had some speed this season. Not so much. I don't know if that chassis maybe flexed out, could have a bent spindle and not know it, but for some reason that go-kart just doesn't have the pace that it had last year. As they are banging fenders and slamming doors here. The great in-car cameras. They're 3 wide heading through 3 and 4. Shaw checks up and gets back in line here, trying to pick up some draft and maybe manipulate that clean air to get a better run as we get back to our leader, Stewart, who is absolutely stomping the field out tonight.
Yeah. And we're watching this live. Watching that in-car camera footage, Jay-Z, kind of makes me want to get my helmet and knock the dust off it, come out here and run. It looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's an absolute blast. We're sending people home in B-mains every single week that we run. Fresh faces constantly showing up because this is a really fun atmosphere, really fun place to race. Tech, I'd argue, is second to none, and the promoters and the track just do a wonderful job making a fun time for the racers here.
Gotta love the D&Q karting series and that laid-back atmosphere that we create here as Jonathan Stewart is leaned back for sure because he is just cruising on this field right now over Charlie Furman and the rest of the field coming down the front stretch. Adam Welsh actually in that 14 tonight. That is not Jen. Jen is out for tonight using Adam as her sub driver. Fair person to use as a sub tonight. Although it looks like they're having some mechanical issues on that cart as well. As we have a seizure with the camera, and we're good to go now. As Jonathan Stewart, way fast, usually faster than what we see normally here at the competition, but doing a great job as he's about to pass Russian driver Cole Gudmestad. So watch out, Ukraine. He's going to get the Ukraine flag as a Russian driver.
I hope he shows a little bit of respect here as he passes him by. We don't want his dog to end up missing before the week's over here, and a warning left on his doorstep. But Stewart, very courteous and polite, sending lots of aid packages to the Gumsteads, gets by no problem, and continues to lead here and show what he's got, pants fully unzipped as he comes past the line again to lead another lap.
Yeah, doing a great job here tonight, and he's won a couple D&Q races, and of course, go through the tech procedure tonight, and we got the rest of the field cruising out there. And when you see a cart like this, Jay-Z, either they've nailed it or we're going to take the engine apart and we're going to find something. And that's where we're at right now, so only time will tell. As the Nitro Gears 5 to go caution is out, We're going to see a restart and re-rack them here. And got to love that competition caution provided by D&Q.
Absolutely. Again, this is a show for the fans. Without the fans and people buying tickets as we go green here, D&Q doesn't exist. So that 5 to go, Nitro Gear 5 to go is the way to go. As we got Ayers on the inside trying to make a name for himself inside of Heschel. As Stewart gets a good hot fart there in the 00 and the 5. Side by side, touches the left rear Stewart. No harm, no foul as the field thunders down into turn 1.
Yes, E3 Entertainment is the parent company of the D&Q Karting Series, and it is an entertainment business. So that's why we have 5 to go. This is an entertainment business, and this field is entertaining the fans for sure as we're watching this late rate restart with Jonathan Stewart, Zach Campolonia, and Charlie Furman, your top 3.
Campolonia, strong showing tonight. He comes out of the woodwork every once in a while and really puts in a good run as he gets on the inside of Furman there. Won't let it go. Second and third is under contest. Casey Heschel gets turned around coming off of 4.
Break for Casey Heschel. We got the white flag, and that is going to stay green. As it looks like Jonathan Stewart, coming off of turn 4, is going to take the win. Man, that was a crazy finish there. Casey Heschel was definitely not happy at the end of this race. Let's take a look at what happened there, Jay-Z.
Yeah, we're on board with Brian Shaw looking ahead, and looks like I don't know who that was that got in the left rear with him, but they were both going for the same piece of real estate, and Casey got turned around, unfortunately.
Blaine Donahue got into him, and this was on the internet not long after that. At least everybody at Big Machine Racing is consistent. The bad thing is they are all wrecking JRM people, whether Xfinity Series or D&Q. Not happy about it. Let's go down.
Shots fired, Bob.
Well, Zach, see, how do you say your last name?
Campolonga.
Campfire Song. Okay, Zach over here. Good run, but why do y'all keep beating each other up? You could have just gotten the line, maybe caught the leader, but y'all just wanted to beat the crap out of each other for a second.
No, I was just running him clean. You try and give him a lane. I appreciate him running me clean. One thing, Robert Showtime helped me out this year. Mike Rock, come on out tonight, give me a hand. Great City Garage Doors for supporting this series along with the Cup Series for me. And everyone out here in D&Q, it's like a family out here.
Definitely a family's got one fast car. Watch out for Zach Countryham to be in victory lane next time we see each other. Charlie Furman, a firm third place finish here battling with Zach.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Hardest I ever ran someone down trying to catch him, so it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I didn't really appreciate lap 1, turn 2, getting shoved in the fence. We're always trying to win at lap 1 apparently around here. But
you're wearing a niche shirt. They did the Ross Chastain?
No. Ross Chastain left turns you into the infield, or right turns you. They don't just run you up into the fence. Oh well. But it was a good race. I was proud of my effort. I got to thank Flow Coding, Race City Graphics, and Chalu for the night and the sponsorship. So appreciate it.
Firm third place finish here at the D&Q Karting Series in the Dash.
Escape Pool Cup Series SRI Pole Award goes to Mark Ellis with a 12 flat. Pretty good lap for him here tonight. He's going to be on. He won't be on the front row due to the invert. Tyler Sandmeyer will be on the pole. Kyle Beatty on the outside.
Yeah, Ellis on the outside of row 2, and Zach Campolonia, your winner from the last class in the next row.
The Bad Kitty and Mike Contarino in the next row.
James Edwards and Mickey Roop in the famous 8.
Dylan Latour and Curtis Markham in the next row.
Cody Sauls and Ron Shute in the 97.
Maybe we should make Ron a little bit smaller or Cody a little bit bigger. Jimmy Allen, welcome back. Bruce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo in the next row.
Chris Minogue, J.R. Norris in the 151.
Derek Kale and last year's Cup Series champion, Chris Bailey. That'll round out the field. Here's the Cup Series 410, Clone, 1260 plus. Gotta love the clones. These guys are flying around here for the Hoosier Tires. And let's take a look at the points. Adam Welsh leading right now. Kyle Beatty, Mark Ellis, Latour, Connorino.
Yeah, you notice those SKE chassis are there up front doing really well. They're starting to get it figured out. Dylan Latour has come on strong, had some really good races. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up front as we're on board with the Avenger one-man stand. Jimmy Allen Jr. carrying the camera for us tonight.
Good to have him back in competition. Been away from Cup for a couple years. Cody Sauls will have the other in-car camera with a terribly placed name graphic. I am leaving it. Screw it. It's a lot of work to put these videos together, Jay-Z. As you know, we're going to watch Sandmeyer try to hold on to run the race of his life as the green flag is out.
There we go. He got that the whole shot. He's doing pretty good. Who's in that Bobby Showtime entry tonight? Who was that?
That is Zach Campolonia as a sub-driver tonight. And there it is, Adam Welsh. You know, he cannot seem to just keep it together for... This is too many Coors Lights in one night.
Yeah,
too many.
He just can't quite get it done. He can chat the girl's ear off, but when it comes time to leave, her friend's like, no, come on with us. As he just, gets turned around on the bottom there, gets right reared. I hope that axle isn't bent. That was quite the shot he took.
Yeah, Curtis Markham tested out the durability of that. Tough break for him as well. Let's take a look at it again from Jimmy Allen's on board.
I don't think there was any foul play. I think he just got underneath and pressures weren't up to temperature, and he just lost it.
That happens sometimes with Adam. We've seen the self-spin, the Chase Elliott self-spin from Adam Wells for sure. Quite a few times. Sandmeyer leading. Correct me up. His cart says Nug Life with a chicken nugget on it with a bandana. I thought that was extremely funny. For some weird reason, I laughed probably harder than I should have. As he misses the line, and that's going to give Zach Campolonia and Kyle Beatty a shot at the front row.
Yeah, Beatty's been fast. I know in the cage carts he does really well too. Good to see him running up front here as they're still 3 wide. Great action here at Millbridge as we're side by side. Beatty starts to get a nose, but Sandmeyer gets a great fart off the top. A hot one. Can't get it done. Beatty through the middle takes over P1 going down the back straightaway.
And people don't like the inverts here in Cup, but I'm telling you right now, it puts on some amazing racing. So watching our pole sitter, Mark Ellis, about to get a hot fart. He takes the higher lane. Look at that run coming off of 2. And man, we have got a beautiful racetrack tonight. I got to thank Jeremy and Ashley Burnett for the prep. And man, I'll tell you, 2 lanes here at Millbridge Speedway. You don't get that many other places in the country, let alone here in North Carolina.
No, it's a product of the rule package. It's been adjusted, tuned, maintained with the latest generation AI and machine learning. Giant server farm up at AWS where we process a lot of the data. We take it back to the teams like SKE, the Kidwell Kart Shop, Bobby Showtime's team, and just say, is this something you want to work with? And between that and a perfect clay surface here in North Carolina, it's an excellent series.
No doubt, and they are nose to tail through the top 5, and the competition is so stout. I mean, everybody's pretty much got the same thing, and you definitely see that in the competition and the racing as we go on board with Jimmy Allen Jr., who is just having a decent night. I mean, you can see a lot of carts in front of him. Got a pretty dirty camera, but he's doing the best he can here in his return to the series. Let's go on board with Cody Sauls as well as he is racing with Ron Sheen.
Yeah, it's tough being out of the seat. It's sort of like riding a bike, but there's a feel in the seat of your pants when you're out there to figure out, what kind of side bite you want, what kind of left side weight, do I want to put more or less cross in it? There's a feel to it to remember what the right adjustment is, and it takes a couple of weeks to get that back. As the 5 is on the inside there, Campolonia with a good shot from behind from Ellis gets out to the lead, but Beatty won't be denied. We're 3 wide again going down into 1.
Campolonia takes the momentum. Ellis was trying to do the slide job, and he is going to go into second. Mark Ellis has really tuned his craft here. He got a sponsorship from Hunt Brothers Pizza. He's running a micro on top of the D&Q series. So just like you said, seat time always wins, and he is getting plenty of it this year, stays busy racing, and it's really proof in the pudding here tonight.
Yeah, he's got that thing dialed in. You can kind of see the difference in everyone's go-kart. Some guys are sitting up higher, that CG's a little higher. Ellis is slung really far down low, making all that. Oh, we got 2 tangled up coming off of 2. That looked like shoot into somebody else.
Cody Sauls in that machine, I believe, and we stay green. As we got the Nug Life machine, and Kyle Beatty. Sandmeyer and Beatty going after it. Sandmeyer's holding his own. There's nights he's really starting to figure this stuff out, and I figure you give him a couple more weeks, and he might be up front.
Yeah, he's no joke. He beat me to the line a couple years back in one of the old WKA national races. I was leading, thinking I was all hot shit. Messed up one corner. He just trucked by me, the one to go to steal the win from me. He's a hell of a driver. And the fact that there's people beating him shows how high the competition is here in the D&Q series.
Absolutely. We have guys from all different disciplines of racing come here, and they do not beat the regulars most of the time. We need a Van Gisbergen out here to make it happen. Maybe we get somebody from Australia come in here and wax that ass first shot. But got to give our hats off to Escape Pool Cleaning, one of the #1 sponsors here. Matt Holzbauer does a great job supporting the Cup Series, where he used to race in, has multiple wins in this series as well, and would love to have him back. Race one night as we've got one blowing up. And that is going to bring out the Nitro Gears caution. 5 to go here. Let's see if Campolonia can bring it home.
All right, take a look at that 71. Bad Kitty is back up in contention here after that early spin. But Campolonia gets the jump down into 1. Ellis refuses to give up, gets a hot fart. Sandmeyer on the outside. We got the 21 of Beatty right there. Side by side, it shoots. And it looks like, does that roof get tied up again?
James Edwards goes around, and that is going to bring out the caution. Let's take a look at the replay with Jimmy Allen Jr. He just barely missed that one. Wow. We had just ran out of room there, and Jimmy Allen did a good job missing that wreck as well. Campolonia in a sub job here tonight for Robert Showalter, doing an excellent job. And if he can close this in, that'll be a good point tonight for Showalter as we are back.
This field is tight. These clone motors really pull. I know 12 flat was a really good pull time so far. Might have been our best time of the season so far as we're on board with Jimmy Allen, watching the show shake out in front of him here as he's stuck on the outside. Can't quite get to the bottom, hoping to get a good run on the top here coming off the 2 as we get back to our leaders. Oh no!
Campolonia cuts across Sandmeyer's nose, and it's going to bring out the caution. That is a terrible break for Campolonia. Terrible break. He had a good points night going. Hit Ellis, and I don't know. Sandmeyer can check up, but you're not going to check up this late in a race. Just a racing deal, man. Tough break for him.
Yeah, that's dirt racing in a nutshell there. You're wide open. You're not lifting, especially this late in the run. Tough break for Campolonia.
Sandmeyer to the inside front row on Mark Ellis as we go back green. Can he get his first win as he washes up and gets into Ellis?
Ellis getting a good push from Beatty down into 3 and 4. Gets 2, maybe 1 or 2 cart lengths of a push in there. Sandmeyer still hustling on the bottom, trying to keep Beatty out of there. As we got who's that in 4th place sneaking into the picture here?
Derek Kale having a great run tonight, but they're not going to get to Mark Ellis, who's going to take the win as they spin behind him. Crazy wreck there at the end. Let's take a look at that one more time.
Oh yeah, we just got the people running for 10th spot get all crossed up. It was tough as we're on board with Cody Sauls here, watching this last wreck at the end of the race.
Yeah, you just want to make it home there. And let's go down and talk to Victory Lane.
Mark Ellis, the winner down here, the Hunt Brothers Pizza, 12V5. We know Kevin's retiring at the end of the year. Is this your way of saying, hey, Hunt Brothers, I have the perfect driver for you?
It's a way of saying that God is good all the time to start. I can't thank them enough for helping me out, and I could probably eat about 3 pizzas right now. I'm starving, between the nerves and running with the Beatties, the Welches, and all these guys. It's tough, Can't thank KSR enough. And if you have it in your heart, keep the Vanderlei family in your prayers. Just lift them up as much as you can. Any support is appreciated. And I'm just glad to be here. Can't wait to do it again.
Well, how about this? All you race fans out there, I don't know where you're at, go get you a Hunt Brothers Pizza tonight and tell them Mark Ellis sent you. It might not get you anything, but just tell them Mark Ellis sent you.
You said it.
Mark Ellis, winner of the Cup Series here at Millbrook. Kyle Beatty, 2nd place finisher. Well, Kyle, you can make Carter's car end up first, but it looks like you can just make yours finish 2nd. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, Carter's gets a lot of effort. He might even be a better driver. At this point, I'm pretty washed up, but I guess that's the point of the D&Q thing, right? Just give us old guys a chance or something.
Tim Nye's a Hall of Famer, so you might be on to something.
Yeah, Tim Nye's a Hall of Famer, and I think he went out on lap 2 last night in the micro race, so I got something to look forward to.
So talk about that, bud. You were right there with Ellis there. When he picked you outside on the restart, do you think you had anything for him running that inside?
No, I knew that all I could do was choose right behind him. I was in 3rd at that point. The 5 and the 71, or the 5 got spun out and the 71 had nowhere to go. And then I knew at that point running in 3rd, I just had to start behind Ellis. So when they chose separate lanes, I knew I just had to stick with him and try to do the best I could, and maybe get clear on the top and get a good run. And it was close. I mean, the car was really good. Everybody did a great job on it, so just take it home in second.
I'd say it's the normal status quo for the Cup Series. You run good, and Adam Welch flips the bird.
Yeah. Adam is not even running the Champ Car today, so I'm all alone in that one. I got my other two teammates out there, so we'll try to go get them in the buggy.
SKE going to block for each other. One of them should end up winning the Champ race. Yeah. Will Sandmeyer, third place finish here. Well, talk about it, bud.
You were the one supposed to be talking about it.
I know. I already talked about it. We just want to know. We've seen it from my perspective up there. What's your perspective from down here?
I think I should have junked them in turns 1 and 2, coming home with the win. But I just want to thank Bartlett Performance Engines. You know, they got the horsepower here. And me. I want to thank me for bringing myself out here. It's a lot of fun, and I appreciate Eddie and Ashley for everything they do. And, yeah.
Checkers or records for Sandmeyer next time you see this machine on the racetrack.
Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series. Mr. Ribshack himself with a 12.592 will be on the pole with Bob Weidman on the outside pole.
Row 2. Brandon Conner, one of the guys struggling to get in here, and John Kidwell in the 821.
The Iceman and Zach Smith, who needs a good run in the next row.
Crossthread and Ryan Ayers in the next row.
Crossthread's gotten pretty good. He's a sleeper. Jonathan Stewart, Ben Murphy in the next row.
Yeah, he's like that $6,000 driver DraftKings there that gets you a good finish.
Yeah, he definitely
Matt
is.
Noyce and Jay Zarapata.
We need to get with the whoever does timing and scoring right now, they have a deal where you can do fantasy racing. So I think the D&Q Karting Series could for sure get some kind of fantasy deal going on. I think that would be very interesting to do. We've got to figure out the logistics of that as we look at the series info. For the Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series, same as the Nowhere.us Series. And these two are about to merge. Got a couple of races left, and we're going to crown a champion in this series.
Yeah, it's cutthroat out here. The same Predator engines, same tires. You know, just if you've won a race before, you're supposed to be running the Cup Series. If you're kind of a rookie, you're supposed to be running the Nowhere Series. As we're on board with Zach Smith with our Avenger one-man kart stands onboard camera.
Well, you got to look at the competition, right? So we look at Alex Kirk. He's on the pole. Now, if we had those top 10 merged, it'd be very interesting to see where he's stacked up. I feel like the Busch Series has more competition, and Pro Cup's a little lacking. Like, I don't feel like Pro Cup's as strong in the competition standpoint. And last year, the Nowhere.us Series won the war. So we're going to see where these guys stack up. Kidwell might be the outlier there for this Pro Cup Series as we watch Mr. Ribshap, Alex Kirk, lead this field, and he's going to give the lead up to Brandon Condon. And we know that ZZ Top Machine is pretty fast because Landers just won a race.
Yeah, and Conrad's no slouch himself as Weidman lost a few spots there in the start. He's trying to catch a hot fart in the outside, getting past the O2. Is that Teasley in the O2?
No, that is the Iceman, Cole Igowanowski.
That's right, the Iceman. He's having a good run so far, hanging it up on the bottom, still catching a good run, coming off the corner. Sometimes when you pinch it down, it kills your momentum, but he's doing a good job of holding off Todd Weidman as we're 3 wide for the lead. I don't know, that's Kidwell that takes away from Ribshack. Weidman now underneath the Conard machine. It's a hell of a race up front.
Alice Kirk doing a great job in that 18 machine. Did get passed there by John Kidwell, one of the mainstays in the D&Q Karting Series, as Weidman starting to get those pressures built up a little bit, get some clean air on the nose of that thing as the whole field is just... This was like a ton of fun, JZ. I wish we could come out of retirement and run this thing.
It's Kirk. Ribshack gets a little bit of a bump there from maybe it was the bad key that could not read the
Ryan
number.
Ayers, flying Ryan Ayers, and it just accordions in the back of this field.
It's cutthroat, man. And when these guys are qualifying, a couple hundredths apart, and the top 10 are separated by 3 or 4 tenths, you can't afford to mess up. Otherwise, the whole field's waiting to eat you up. Because we got a change here for second place. Conard gets back underneath Weidman. Weidman refusing to give it up as they head into 3 and 4. If Conard can hold a pretty wheel here, he will take that number 2 position as they head down to turn 1.
No doubt. You see Weidman take that large arc into 1 and 2. And racing here, you almost have to diamond 3 and 4 and have a very wide arc into 1 and 2. And these guys up front have figured that out, and the rest of the field trying to do the same thing, but playing defense at the same time as we go on board with Zach Smith.
Yeah, we'll watch Zach Smith's line here. I know a blast from the past, Tim Nye had that really pretty line heading into 1, that big arc, starting out really wide and turning down the banking, and get a straighter run off of 2 so that power could be put down. And you're right, 3 and 4, it's not quite the same line. You got to drive it differently, as we see the 81 here getting on the inside.
So we talk about the SRI Pole Award. During the race, in the old Cup Series package, Tim and I ran a 9-second lap around this place, which is just as fast as the micros. So think about that. We were running about 10.5, so 2 seconds faster than what these guys are running in the Cup Series now is what we were running back then, and that was pretty wild back then, but that's why we don't do it anymore.
No, it was crazy. Guys were, it was supposed to be kind of, in the early days, it was you built your engine in your shop, you bought a cam, you bought some valves, you bought a stock appearing carb off of, dyno cams or something like that and set it together yourself, but guys started showing up with epoxied carbs and 23, 24, 25 horsepower absolute monsters. They were still stock appearing, mind you. And it got out of control, like all racing does eventually, and the Predator kind of took over. So there's some good glory days as Weidman gets to the inside of Conard here, but those days are long behind us. We got great racing now all through every class in the D&Q series.
3 wide trying to shove it into 1. Weidman is on the left rear of Conard. He is not going to give it up. And Kidwell on the outside keeps that momentum going as Weidman still trying to make that pass on Conard. John Kidwell to the front in that 821, that John Kinder built machine. He is going to take the lead as the other 2 battle behind him. So go on board with Craig Crossred Smith.
Yeah, Smith used to be a guy in the bubble of making the show every single week, and now he's had some speed. He's been flirting with the top 5 as his hand goes up in the air there for a second.
The Nitro Gears 5 to go caution. There it is. We're going to watch John Kidwell try to take home this victory here. It's been his to win here tonight as we go green. Only a few laps to go on this restart.
Weidman on the inside can't get off that berm, push it inside of Conard. Kidwell still in a really good push on the outside. Who's in the black and orange cart there making some hay on the top?
Kidwell got free, and that opened the door for Conard as Ben Murphy on the outside. He's going to make his way to 3rd.
Ooh, Beef Tips Motorsports showing some speed here. He's got 3rd spot. Ben Murphy moving up through the orders. Watch out as we're on board with Crossthread Craig Smith and the Avenger one-man stand cam. He's trying to make some hay on the outside.
See, Jonathan Stewart, very good in the Dash Series. And then he puts big tires on. Tough break for him, just not really having the speed tonight. But you look at the outside. The outside lane, like we talked about earlier, has a lot of speed there as the white flag is out for Brandon Conard, who just absolutely drove a masterful race here tonight. Waited his time. Kidwell got a little free, and that's how tight the competition is. And coming off of 4, Brandon Conard, last year's champion, is going to take the win here in the Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series feature event. Let's go down and talk to him in Victory Lane.
Brandon Conard, man, you like hitting people, trying to pass them. You dang sure ain't a graphics guy. The number ZZ's here in Victory Lane. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be number 22. We came out a little straighter than I'd like, but all we did was change the 17 to 22, and we came out here and swept tonight. So I guess there's some speed in the number.
Well, you know it's going to be a while. Big A's doing the graphics. We might have it fixed by October.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If we keep winning, we might just leave it like this.
So how about that one, the 5 to go caution? You wasn't leading. Talk about just sending it down in there, not giving a care in the world, and just knocking people up the racetrack for the lead.
Dang, I didn't think it was that bad. I felt like I had a rocket ship behind me. I don't even know who that was.
I think it was actually Beef Tip's cart. As hard as that is to believe, it might have been Beef Tip's cart.
Yeah, I mean, I had all the momentum in the world. I definitely couldn't get that run by myself. So hopefully I didn't get into the 821 as bad as you're making it sound. Good Lord, I don't know how bad it was, but I definitely had a huge run coming. So just wind up for us tonight.
Well, if we look over there, Zach Smith's pushing off the racetrack, so you are the highest finishing tire guy here tonight.
Well, that's good. Yeah, he'll be tough here next race, but man, I'm so glad we won. But I'm real proud that my buddy Ethan, who drives this kart in Busch, he got his first win. So whenever I rolled onto the track, if I would have finished last, I could have cared less. So to get a victory, it just makes it that much sweeter.
This kart 1 and 2 classes has to be cheating. Well, it ain't Fergie time, but it's Connor time down here in the SRI Stock Car Show in Aluminum Victory Lane.
You're good, go.
Well, another Kidwell, another second place.
Yeah, I don't feel too proud to lead all them laps and then come home second place, but congratulations to them boys. They deserve it. They were fast. He was good off the corners, way better than I was, and I just went a little too much air. But great race, everybody. I'm glad that went caution free.
Do you think he raced you clean? I thought he jumped you.
Well, he ran me high once, and I kind of got him a little bit. But man, that's racing. And this stuff here, you gotta give it back to when you get it. So, but it was nothing I would have done. So, but good night, good points night. I'd like to thank John Kinder and Jim Kinder at KPG Katana. It was pretty good tonight, and just on to the next one.
Kidwell, second place finish once again. You may think they're winners, but still second place.
There's no way you pull
Ben Murphy, third place finisher. Who would you looking at? Beef tips 8 hours away and the cart starts running.
I know. I can't believe it. There must be something going on with that. He should maybe go to a wedding every week. But we struggled in qualifying, but we made a bunch of changes for the feature and the Beef Tips Motorsports fastest meet in the South, seasoned by Dano Seasoning and scented by Megan Murphy Sensi. Phantom Skite Special was really rolling in the feature.
Well, to be honest with you guys, Beef Tips, when you watch this, stay the hell away.
Fit Stock Performance USAC Series. Stephen Broy on the pole with a 12.437. He will share the front row with Carson Ferguson.
Yeah, great run for Broy, continuing his strong showing as of late. Matt Perry and Mark Durgan will be in row number 2, giving him all he can handle.
Ivan Gudmestad, the Russian spy, and Steven Towges.
Mike Melton, Kyle Beatty.
Todd Chafee and Desi Towges back.
Yeah, Cody Saul's out here again in the 22, and Mike Connorino in the 18.
Dustin Cade and David Crops in the next row.
Love seeing Crops out here in DNQ, and Caden Bradshaw will round out the field in our Fit Stock Performance USAC Series.
Love these buggy carts. Everybody was very against them when we first started. And 425 NK, basically solid cages. And the aero rules, big open here, Jay-Z. Cody Saul's Adventure in-car camera. The aero rules are wide open. And we have seen some great creativity between some of the competitors.
Yeah, and we're on board with Mike Melton here in our Avenger one-man stand. Guys have kind of tricked themselves out a little bit too. Try to get cute. Didn't work. Put too much, negative pressure in the wrong spots, and the car pushed like a dump truck. Other people got it figured out. Have a nice even flow as that right rear sticks out and yaws. We come to the line here, and Stephen Broy leads him to the green, tries to take the lead, heading down into turn 1.
Green flag is out. Stephen Broy and that Kinder Performance Group machine, and John Kinder built some very good champ carts. However, Carson Ferguson on the outside, and that outside group, Jay-Z, all night we have seen that you can get a major run if you are about one lane up, just a little bit out of that moisture, and that's what Carson Ferguson just did to take the lead.
Yeah, there's a little bit more banking there as you move up the racetrack, and a little more room to catch the right rear and give you a good drive off. If you're a little free, you can move up the racetrack and hold the better wheels. We're on board with Cody Saul's running that high line we were just talking about. He's right behind Desi Towges as she's battling with the yellow 10 machine in front of her.
It's good to see Cody Saul's back in action after that terrific, this horrible wreck he took there at the last race. Hit the left front, ripped it off. I believe he saw the whole spindle assembly roll past him. So glad to see that he got this thing fixed, and he's racing Dustin Cade, and he's doing a great job looking to make sure he's clear before he does that, which in DNQ you can have a spotter. So if you don't want to run a receiver, you can have a spotter, and your spotter has to have a receiver to relay the messages. You're watching Gudmestad with the Ukraine numbers on the side of that thing with a Russian driver driving this thing right now, doing a great job.
Yeah, there's rumors that it's a giant money laundering scheme and that Hunter Biden has been known to make donations from time to time to one of the many businesses tied to that 26 machine, as we're yellow flags out here in Pit Stop Performance USAC.
Caution is out, and we'll see why right here. It looks like a complete disaster back there. Cannot even really tell what happened. Mike Melton's in the we'll have the replay of this. Yeah. I don't know who that was, but that definitely happened and it brought out the caution. So,
yes, that definitely happened.
Carson Ferguson in that 166 machine will lead the field back to green. And, man, I'm just really impressed with the group of competition here in this USAC series. Millbridge runs a buggy class as well. So just more opportunities for these guys to come race. And if you have a box stock at home that your kid's grown out of, you can come run that here as well, as long as the cage is solid. So always opportunities to come run in the DNQ series.
Yeah, I know that you go on the Facebooks, you see Trick Olympic, you see Kinetic, people still building cage carts once a week. It seems like the class has had a resurgence as of late. I want to say because of the DNQ series, the popularity of these cage carts has taken off again.
And we want to thank Pit Stop Performance for their sponsorship of this series. We go on board with Mike Melton, really watching him work the wheel. And Pit Stop Performance, got to thank them for coming on board. I mean, they have a passion for buggy racing, USAC series, and they really do a great job here sponsoring the series and letting these carts just do what they need to do to be fast. And watching Mike Melton running that higher line, he's doing a pretty good job getting hot fart there, but just cannot close that distance that those guys make up on the bottom.
No, you're right. He does make the straightaway a little longer, but he's just giving up a little too much time on X. The other two drivers in front of him seem to, run that cart length out on him. He just runs out of steam on the top. Is Mike Connerino rim riding there on the top, right behind Gumstad.
Todd Chafee there as well on the inside of him. Desi Talger's doing a great job, and Mike Melton, a past champion in this series, doing well. Carson, it's all Carson Ferguson right now with the Russian spy Ivan Gudmistad in the next row. And, those guys, they pay us in yen, and I don't understand why. And it seems like a lot of their oil comes from Iran that they put in the engine. It's got the Iranian flag on it, so I don't know what's going on in that 20.
Hey, their engine passes tech, right? Their tires pass tech. They paid their entry fees. Well, we let them race. It's everyone's welcome here. A very inclusive and diverse group of drivers here in DNQ.
Well, with the exchange rate, I think he's paying like $50 to enter the race. So it's working out for us here at DNQ as we're on board with Mike Melton, who's hounding Mike Conterino, who is doing very well this year in this USAC series. And it's amazing how one night somebody can nail it, Jay-Z, and the next night they're junk. That's a testament to this racetrack and the competition here in DNQ.
Yeah, the weather's been wild. You'll have 1 week where it downpours for 3 days straight, and then 2 weeks of heat, and the dirt will be different every time you show up. So, the tire pressures, the cross, the left side you ran 1 week, it isn't going to be it the next week. You're changing camber and everything else at the shop. So that notebook that we talk about from time to time is ever important. Chris Ferguson and like Jonathan Stewart before, if people are running away like this, some question marks are out there. Everyone in the pits, everyone in the booths, and I wonder if this is legit or not, but we'll have to see what happens at the tech shed later, because Chris Ferguson has some speed tonight.
Nitro Gears, 5 to go. Caution was out, and here we go. We are back underway. 5 laps to go, and let's see if these guys can keep their heads as Beatty gets to the inside of Ferguson. Gonna try to take the lead. And he's gonna do it.
SKE looking strong tonight as their leaders are still side by side. Beatty just can't quite get it done. Ferguson refuses to be denied, takes the lead back coming off of 4.
Few laps to go here. We'll see if Beatty can keep it under control, if Gudmistad can stop from using a tactical nuclear weapon as they are straggling behind the back. Here we go. Ferguson leading, 2 laps to go with the top 3 all over each other.
Beatty, not enough. He's not going to run him down, but he could easily get passed by Gumstad here. Can we get a last-minute maneuver from the spy? He can't get it done.
Oh, there's an air filter on the track, and he gets out of the way. White flag out. The Hunter Biden white bag is out here for Ferguson. Coming off of turn number 4. Ferguson's going to take home the win in the 166. Let's go down to victory lane and talk to him.
Carson Ferguson. Carson, You've won the Ray Cook Spring Nationals. You've started in the Dirt Late Model Dream. But to be honest, who cares about that? You're a winner in the DQ USACs.
Oh yeah, this is way cooler.
I say it's a career accomplishment here. Don't even remember Saturday. That has nothing compared to this.
Yeah, no, it's fun to be able to run good in the late model stuff, and then fun to come out here and have some fun on the weekdays.
Yeah, but you won this. You finished 12th the other night.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's right there up there with it.
How about this cart was on a rail? Do you think Beatty had anything there for you? He was trying to get to your inside and move you up the racetrack.
Yeah, I knew the outside was really good on the starts, but I didn't want to give away starting up there and not get a good jump. But I got to thank him for racing me clean. He could have knocked me up there a lot more than he did. So, no, it's, like I said, it's fun coming out here and having some fun, working on the go-karts a little bit on the weekdays. And like I said, just come out here with some buddies and, race it out.
So you get a pack of beer, a trophy, and your buddy's missing the tip of his finger. Solid night tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have fun with the beer. We'll take the trophy home and put it up on the counter, I guess, and back to the big time stuff.
Well, back to the big time stuff. He means we'll see you next time here at the DNQ Karting Series. He's going to be back. Carson Ferguson, winner of the USACs. First loser once again is Kyle Beatty. We're all winners here at Millbridge, except people who don't win. Yeah, who finishes second.
Yeah, pretty much. Not bad, though, considering how my year's gone. It's been not nearly as good as we were last year, so come out here with 2 seconds is pretty good. I told the girls before the race that a top 5 was going to be a win for me, so second is even better.
Well, no wonder you didn't win if you consider a top 5 a win.
Yeah, you're really stretching when you're hoping for a top 5 in DNQ.
Well, Kyle Beatty, go back to what you know and how to win. Put a wing on something.
Yeah, we're going to put wings back on them and try again tomorrow. Hopefully Carter can pull me out of the hole.
Well, you'll be able to see the results by the time this video comes out because it takes 2 months for Eddie to release the video, but Kyle Beatty second place. There we go. Ivan Gudmestad, the only one who's too fancy to have an American name. Norwegian, I hear.
Yeah, that's right, Norwegian, German, and a Russian first name. So
sounds like you're trying to start a war.
Maybe on the track, not a world war, though.
Okay.
War's on the track, though, any day.
All right, how about it, man? You were rough and tumble right there. What did you think about it?
Honestly, it was a pretty clean race. Everybody was kind of behind me, so I didn't really know what was going on. But just made that one mistake, picking the inside. Should have taken the outside. If I think I had a few more laps, probably would have got him. But I'm just glad that we're able to come out here and run well. I'd like to thank Rob and Cole and everybody else that helps out, Michelle, of course. And we'll be up here again next week, or next race.
If he's not, he might nuke you. I don't know how serious that is, but it could be a case.
What a great night of racing here, Jay-Z. We just celebrated the birth of a child at my house, so we don't have time to make the final results graphic. However, amazing racing once again here at Millbridge Speedway, and we have another race, and then we have the road course, which is double points. Are you excited for that one? I know I am.
It is always one of the best races of the year. Ticket sales are through the roof at Millbridge for the intercourse race. Always a fan favorite, so I can't wait for double points to see if some of these guys are in the bubble we were talking about earlier, people like Thies, people like Zach Stroop, if they can make the most of that intercourse race and get themselves in the field.
And we look at the Cup Series. Ellis now the new points leader. And Showalter already knows that he's licking his chops because not only him and a couple other guys know that Ellis is not very good at the road course, so it's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah, maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe he'll be on that simulator all week, trying to tune up, get some laps in there. I hope their source data is correct so he gets a good feel for what that track does, and just bring his best. He's a decent driver. When the track's really good and run in like it was tonight, we'll see if Ellis and that Kidwell stable can have some success on the road course.
I want to thank Chris Williams, James Pike for all their help here tonight in the video and media standpoint, and everybody that's involved with this as well, Jay-Z, Ashley, and Jeremy Burnett. And we thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and we are very excited to see you guys at the next race. For Jay-Z, I am Bob Duato, and we will see you at the next video and racing. Thank you very much.